run, make something wider, run. Sure, very good. All right, excellent. Good answer, Kathy. Okay, and Lefuk, how about you? Do you enjoy studying?
Yes, I'm very enjoy studying. So I think studying help me to get more the knowledge. And usually, every day I read the document about the technique and the newspaper. And beside that, I spend 1 hour to study English.
Nice.
Besides,
1 hour.
yeah.
Okay.
Beside that, I have a good plan to study more in the stock investment.
Nice. To study investments. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, all right.
So
Very
I
good,
hope
Lefuk.
I can much more money in the future.
Awesome. Very good, Lefuk. Thank you. Okay, and Tram, how about you? Do you enjoy studying?
Yeah, I really enjoy studying it, especially in English, because I really love to study English that I hope that I can get an IELTS range score in the end of this year.
Ah, very good. You want to take the IELTS exam. Okay,
Yeah.
good job. Excellent. All right, and let's see. Hello, Marcelo. Are you there?
Hi, teacher.
Hey, Marcelo. How are you?
Fine.
Good. So, Marcelo, how about you? Do you enjoy studying?
Yes, I enjoy study because
Okay, good.
I first I like it. I like it, the English language,
Very
and
good.
I do Portuguese and into literature, and I want to continue to make the master's degree in here.
Ah, awesome. Very good. We will talk about that in a few minutes, Marcelo. So, good Portuguese and English literature. Cool. Okay. And hello, Chung. Are you there?
Yes, hello teacher and everyone.
Hi, Chung. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank teacher.
Okay, good. So, how about you, Chung? Do you enjoy studying?
Yes, now I really to enjoy the studying, but in the past when I was young, I'm lazy for study, and uh, with my family is poor, and only me on my sister have to stop in the school when they were young, except me because I'm a boy, and
Uh-huh.
but I'm lazy for learning, and I try to I because at when I young I need to money because my family is poor. But when I graduate and I make sure I think only study can change my life. That reason now I try to learning English, and I try to learning a lot of things for my life, for change my life, because only the study can help me my life better, and I can learn a lot of things.
Awesome. Very good, Chung. That's a really good point. When you have the opportunity to study, it's an opportunity to improve your life.
Yes.
Excellent, Chung. Very interesting story. All right, good, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, and we're going to look at this text together. And this text is titled, I studied environmental science. I studied environmental science. Okay, so the person who's speaking, her name is Bridget. Mhm. So let's read what Bridget has to say. I'm going to ask one of you to volunteer, and I'm going to ask Trump to read for us. So, Trump, will you read what Bridget says, please?
Um, I have an undergraduate degree from Northwest College in Environmental Science and a Master in Public Policy from the University of Minnesota in Montana. And
Very
I
good.
think at some point I'd like to pursue my doctorate with a focus on issues related to eviction at main point somewhere. But I'd like to get some work experience first and try the right university for support.
All right, excellent job, John, especially with these words like indigenous and the name of the city, Missoula. Very good, Tom. All right, good. So now I'm going to ask you some questions about what Trump just read. Okay, and by the way, this word right here, this is an abbreviation for the word saint. The St. Norbert's College. Saint is how we pronounce that word. Okay, so let's see. Lefouk, what did Bridget study at St. Norbert's College?
He studied environmental science.
That's correct. Right. She studied environmental science. Very good, Lefouk. And Trung, uh, what does Bridget want to get a doctorate in? What does she want to get her doctorate in?
Uh, I don't know, teacher.
Okay, let's look at it one more time. I'll ask it a little bit differently. What does she want to pursue her doctorate in? What issue would she like to pursue her doctorate in?
Because it's related to the indigenous land, right?
That's correct. Right, an issue related to indigenous land rights. Very good, Trump. Okay, and let's see, Marcelo, what does Bridget want to do before her doctorate? What does she want to do before her doctorate? Marcelo, what does Bridget want to do before her doctorate?
I teacher. Or and then you work experience first and define it right university to support.
Very good. That's right. She wants to get some work experience first and find the right university. Good, Marcelo. Okay, so let's look at some vocabulary words. So, Kang Lee, the word undergraduate. Undergraduate. Does that mean high school or the first 4 years of university?
First 4 year university.
Very good. Yes, exactly. Sometimes we call that our bachelor's degree, or in the United States we call it college. Mhm. Very good, Kangli. That's exactly right. Okay, and Trump, when we say pursue, does that mean to stop doing something or to try to achieve something?
This is mean that he want to try to do something and she's going to follow her desire.
Exactly, going to follow your desire. When you pursue something, it means you're trying to do something or you're trying to get something. Exactly, Trump. All right, and let's look at one more word here. Let's see, Trung. You're from Vietnam. So who is indigenous to Vietnam? Are the Vietnamese indigenous to Vietnam, or are the French indigenous to Vietnam?
Uh, it's introduced in Vietnam.
Uh-huh. So if someone is indigenous, let's look at your country. Are Vietnamese people indigenous to Vietnam, or are French people indigenous to Vietnam?
Friend indigenous.
Okay, the Vietnamese are indigenous. Okay, because, for example, Vietnam was a French colony. Uh-huh. So the Vietnamese are indigenous; they're the local people. Or just like, for example, in Mexico, the Spanish are not indigenous. People like the Aztecs and the Mayans are indigenous to Mexico, for example. So indigenous means like the local people who come from that place.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to continue now, and we're going to talk about what you studied and also your plans for the future. But before we continue, does anybody have a question for me about the text? Any questions before we continue?
No, I don't.
Okay, very good. So, all right. So, what I would like to know is, uh, what if you went to the university? What did you study? What did you study at the university? Okay, and also explain where you studied. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Um, so, for example, at the university, I studied political science, and I went to Boston University, and I studied political science. Okay, so let's see. Le Fouc, how about you? What did you study at the university?
Yes, I graduated from the University of Science. My major in electronics,
Mhm.
and
And you
I
made very good. You majored in electronics, is that right?
yes, and I graduated in 2008,
Oh, okay, very good.
and I
So,
actually with the university I got a new job, and after the 1 year, I come back to West to watch master degree, and in Chelsea, 2030. And up to
okay,
now, I have about 10 years in electronics design.
and
Yes,
okay,
in the yes, I have a plan to study more in the future. I focus on study English and study more the techniques and
awesome.
study more other skills in the management and investment.
Very good, Lefuk. And we'll talk about that in a little more detail. Good. All right. And Kali, I see that you are listening carefully. That's very good. So, Kali, how about you? Where did you study and what did you study?
Yeah. Currently, I sophomore student at Saigon University,
Oh,
and
very
my
good.
major is accounting. You know, so so sometimes I'm always deal with numbers and figures day out. So
Sure.
sometimes it's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But calculation and memory was in my strong suit. So okay.
All right. Very
Um,
good, Kali.
yeah,
Mhm. Your
yeah.
strong suit.
And
That's a great expression. Strong suit. Yes. Go ahead, Anne. Mhm.
thank you so much. And I have I'm going to study in the US in the future.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, but it's just my big dream in the future.
Awesome. Very good, Kali. Okay, and Marcelo, how about you? What did you study, and where did you study?
I study letter Portuguese, English,
Hmm.
and in University of Uberaba.
Hmm. Very good. In Brazil, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm from Brazil.
Very good. So try this, Marcelo. I studied English and Portuguese literature. Hmm.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. Very good, Marcelo. Okay. And Trump, how about you? What did you study, and where did you study?
I studied economic literacy and the nature is tourism, hospitality in Huế City, the middle of Vietnam.
Very good. tourism and hospitality. Awesome. Well, your English will be very useful to you.
Yeah.
Trump. All right. And Trung, how about you? What did you study and where did you study?
Yes, I'm studying in about financial at Tôn Đức Thắng University. It's a private school in Vietnam, but recently it's become a big school in now in Ho Chi Minh City. And after I graduate, it's hard to me to look for a job. But lucky me, I work in logistics, and now I have my own business in logistics, and I hope in the future I can study with about economics for develop my my knowledge and my English for my job in future.
Awesome.
Yes,
So you have your own logistics business. Is that
yes,
right?
yes,
Wow. Good for you, Trung.
yes.
All right.
It's
Very
lucky for
good.
you. Lucky for me. Yeah, yeah,
All right. So Trung, be careful about one thing. I studied finance. We say in English finance.
yeah. I
Studied
study
finance.
finance.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Good. Good, Trung. Okay. Now, what I would like to know is, what would you like to do? What would you like to? Let's stay with study. What would you like to study in the future? Uh-huh. What would you like to study in the future? So, for example, in the future, I would like to get, or we can say pursue, I would like to pursue a master's in linguistics. Uh-huh. I would like to pursue a master's in linguistics. Linguistics, the study of languages. Uh-huh. So, so let's start this time with Kang Li. Kang Li, what would you like to study in the future?
To be completely honest with you, I would like to um, I like to study another language, especially Chinese language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's really a benefit for me when I want to find a decent job in the future, right?
Yeah.
And also have a big ambition to be to get a high salary, healthy salary.
Nice. Yeah, and Chinese is a very important language now.
Yeah, it's very popularity.
Yeah, very good, Kang Li. All right. And Tram, how about you? What would you like to study in the future?
In the future, if I have chance, I would love to study in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would love to study at university in Australia and find a job as well if possible.
Okay.
And yeah, and also because I'm planning to get an IELTS in the end of this year, so hopefully I could pursue my study.
Awesome. Very good. So Tram, what do you want to study in Australia?
Um, Actually, I would love to continue to stay in hospitality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. Very good, Tram. Interesting. Okay, and Marcelo, how about you? What would you like to study in the future?
Mm, so I want to continue studying English, and I said I want to do master degree, uh, because I want to in the new future for needy children, and I wanted to teach her.
Very good. So you want to help needy children, and you want to be a teacher also.
Yes,
Okay.
I wanted to do a social project for a
Great.
needed children.
Very good, Marcelo. And would you like to teach English or Portuguese, or both?
Both. But I want to to do uh, English.
Okay. Awesome. Very good, Marcelo. Very interesting. Okay, and Lefouk, how about you? What would you like to study in the future?
Yes, in the future, I have many things to study. So in this year, I focus on study English because during working, I work with some engineer from the other country. I have a trouble when express my idea. So I have many trouble in pronunciation and speaking. So I want to focus to study more English.
All right, so focus on your pronunciation and speaking. Very good. I'll give you a little tip about that at the end of the class. All right, awesome, Lefouk. Okay, and Cham, how about you? What would you like to study in the future?
Trung or Trâm teacher?
I think that I have already answered.
Oops, did I forget someone? I think maybe I forgot Trump. Trump,
Yeah.
what would you like to study in the future? I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Now I think I just focus on learning English, and I hope I can understand enough thing about English, about laws, about finance. I think banking. I think because with my business, it's a lot of thing in English, and I hope in one day I can understand on the thing when other people, especially in a foreign people, talking anything, and I can know what they are talking about, and I hope that's
Yeah, awesome. That's very important. Yeah, English is so important if you're working in business and in medicine also. Good, Trump. Very interesting. All right, great job, everybody. We're out of time, unfortunately. We started with one. Lefouk was the first one here, and then four more people joined us. So we ran out of time, unfortunately. So I think it was Lefouk who mentioned working on his pronunciation and speaking. So to give you guys a little tip about that, a really good way to improve your pronunciation and speaking is to practice reading out loud. Practice reading out loud. And the way you can do that is, for example, on the site, I'll see if I can show you here really quickly. Let me share my screen with you one more time. So on the site here, you can see that you can listen. There. I know you can't hear it, but you can see here. There's a bar with the audio. So that means you can listen to Bridget speaking. So when you're practicing on the site, you can listen to the audio. Mhm. And then you can practice reading the text out loud. So listen and read at the same time, and then practice reading out loud. And that will really help you to improve your pronunciation. And pronunciation is very important so that people can understand you. All right, very good job, everybody. So today we talked a little bit about studying. We talked about what we studied in the university, and then we talked about what we would like to study in the future and why we want to study those things. So good job, everyone. Before we go, does anyone have a question for me? Any questions?
no, I don't, teacher.
Nope.
No question, teacher.
Okay. All right. Great job, everybody. I hope you have a good. Let's see. For those in Vietnam, I hope you have a good night. And for Marcelo, I hope you have a good day. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, teacher. See you.
Bye.
Bye, teacher and everyone.
See you later.
See you. Bye bye.
Goodbye, lady.